2018's God of War is a tragic tale of grief, shame and love, and a beautiful one at that. One I never expected to see. I still remember as a kid booting up the original game on the PS2 I bought after working all summer. I remember the first time I got to control Kratos, that first scene on the boat where I met the angriest character I'd ever seen. He raged as he split in half nameless creatures with his bare hands, shouting while decapitating countless waves of enemies to finally vanquish a gigantic Hydra in a spectacular fashion. He then entered the mouth of the beast and cruelly let a man die. The humanity of that Kratos was long gone. Any sense of care for anybody else died the day he accidentally murdered his own family. Or maybe they died because it was already gone. I then played an epic trilogy of relentless anger, and at the end, an injured Kratos left a burning world behind, and left us with the question, what next? Some other games came out, but I never played them. What I saw from afar were more of the same, acting more like prequels to a story already told than answers to that question that was slowly disappearing from my head. It took 8 years from the release of God of War 3 to get to that long-awaited sequel. 8 years is a long time, and I don't mean that in the sense that it should have been faster or that technology advanced so much that I couldn't wait to see the new possibilities of the PS4. No, I mean that in 8 years, I grew up. From that naive teenager that bought the first game to the reasonably cynical and disenchanted adult that sat down and played the new sequel. It felt like a lifetime happened, and yet it felt exactly the same for Kratos. He changed too. We both grew up. The anger wasn't gone, but it wasn't devouring him. There was shame in his eyes as he hid the scars of his past behind his bandages. He looked unsure on how to treat that new child he had, caring for him in a way I didn't see before, wanting to protect him from the world and with the weight of his first family on his shoulders, from himself. I'd seen Kratos shout and scream and destroy everything, and yet I never once saw him fear. And right there, at the first minute, I was hooked. Without knowing the exact events that led him there, I felt it all. The reluctance to love again, to bring a child into this world. Atreus and his recently passed mother, Faye, were for Kratos something he didn't have for a very long time. Something to lose. And that's what the dialogue and the performances do so well. They make you feel all of it, without having to spell it out. Telling the story with a long, singular shot, living every single moment of this relationship as it became one of a father and his child, truly embracing who they are. All of this without any interruption. It felt like it happened to me. Almost like I was the spirit of Faye, looking over their shoulders as they fought and bounded in this quest she designed for them. And if Faye created it for them, Cory Barlog created it for us. This video is a tribute to that work, his and all of Santa Monica's sweat and blood that went into the project. This is a team that crafted a beautiful and moving experience. And I'd like to delve into it with you. Share what moved me, what resonated with me, because that's what I like about art. How much it makes us feel that shared humanity. And art, God of War, is. God of War has always been known for the ridiculous scale of its set pieces. We just have to think that in the first game, a whole level was built on the back of the Titan, and 2 games later you actually fight him. For God of War, bigger was better. And it was the same for the writing. It was grandiose anger, horrendous pain, and juvenile pleasures. At least for most of it. And that changed. A lot. It started as a story of a man becoming a god in mythological proportions, to the story of a god trying to be a man in a mythological context. Being an uninterrupted 25 hours adventure, 2018's God of War can be a non-stop action ride from beginning to end, and I think it is for the better. There are still these epic moments that we've grown to love from these games, but for most of it, it's filled with conversations and calmer moments between Kratos and Atreus. We see them grow in real time, react truly to these fantastical events. And to make that kind of story work, the moment-to-moment writing needed to be not just good, but great. And I think they pulled it off. They wrote this story with the restraint needed to make it feel real. And in fact, the only truly weak segment is when they wrote too extensively the "I'm a god, nothing else matters" phase of Atreus. Outside of that, the dialogue and performances are grounded and tonally consistent. There is a saying in writing that says "show don't tell," which can be understood as it being better for a character to show you who they are than to tell you. For Kratos, I can't believe how much Christopher Judge managed to pack in every line, letting the character speak through his inability to express himself. It is truly the work of a master. And to have Sonny Suljic play its son as Atreus in such a genuine manner, it's easy for me to imagine how excited the crew was when they saw them perform together for the first time. Finding the voice of this game was crucial, and they found the perfect pair. And in the spirit of show don't tell, I'd like to just let their work speak for itself, to show how these small moments really manage to have an emotional impact for the characters and for us.
That's where you get!
Boy.
Think I'm afraid of you! You're nothing to me!
Boy,
Nothing!
look at me! Look at me, boy! Boy, look at me!
We did it. So? Was she in the light?
Who?
You know.
No, she was not there.
Not like you would even care if she was.
Mind your tongue, boy! Until our journey is over, one of us must remain focused. Do not mistake my silence for lack of grief. Mourn how you wish. Leave me to my own.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
No. Why would you? You do not know my ways. I know it has not been easy.
You said I was cursed. You think I'm weak because I'm not like you. I know I was never what you wanted. But after all this, I thought maybe things were different.
You do not know everything, boy.
No. But at least I know the truth now.
The truth. The truth. I am a god, boy. From another land far from here. When I came to these shores, I chose to live as a man. But the truth is, I was born a god. And so were you. Boy, have you nothing to say?
Can I turn into an animal?
Can you turn into an animal? No. No, I do not think so.
That last scene embodies everything that works for me in this game. What could have been written as a big scene with over-the-top decorum ended up being about the most genuine response that could be given. Can I turn into an animal? The writers understood that it was a child that was learning this information. They wrote what felt true to the character. And then to have Kratos answer the way he does shows us how he wants to teach Atreus on how to deal with this, but also how much he wants him to remain pure. It shows us the shape of his love, the way he expresses it, and the hope that he can give his son a life that is different from his own. It was hard to choose the scenes to present, and hard to cut them short. Creating this video, I wanted to put many more in, because that level of quality is present throughout the whole story. I decided to concentrate on this father and son relationship, but the whole cast brings brilliant performances across the board. May it be the charisma and care of Danielle Bissuti as Freya, the anger fueled by emptiness of Jeremy Davis as Baldur, or the comedic and yet deeply kind portrayal of Mimir by Alistair Duncan. Anybody that says that video games tell a lesser story than their TV or movie counterparts needs to sit down and go through a game like this. They make us care, make us feel with a level of intimacy that is also elevated by the fact that you played them. You control a part of the story, and some elements of interactivity create experiences that can't be replicated in a more traditional media. When Atreus is in a state of hubris, although I don't know if you can call it hubris when you are actually a god, he's in a state of defiance towards Kratos. In a movie that would be it, you know that, but there's a moment where Atreus stops to react to your input. The simple fact that he won't perform an action when you press a button becomes the statement that is expression of that defiance that can't exist outside of video games. There's also this moment when Baldur gets hold of Atreus, and after falling off the sky, you run on a bridge to go get him. This is not cinematic, it is gameplay. The truth of the matter is that the speed at which you go probably doesn't change anything, but the game makes you want to run, makes you want to perform that action. And that's a powerful notion, to give the capacity to players to break immersion and trusting them with the fact that they won't. Trusting that the story will make them want to be part of it, to make it play out in the most immersive way possible. I think it's beautiful that an artist gives you power over its creation. And I don't think I understood how much it meant to me in my life. I guess I want to say that I'm grateful that teams like Santa Monica Studio put their heart and soul in the project, because these experiences are precious memories. When I encounter a great piece of art that really resonates with me, I always feel less alone. Like I shared something with a stranger that I will never meet. I thought of doing a story analysis, going deeper into each character and its story beats, but I think that for the time being, I'll let this video be more about how they told the story than what the story was. Maybe later I'll come back to this, use the opportunity to throw in a couple praises to Bear McCreary for his stunning score and make it more of an essay. This will be for later. For now, I just hope that I managed to convey a simple idea through the example of God of War, that games are art.